Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist and I own 52 units of real estate. So today I want to talk about the reality of becoming the 1% and what that really entails. So I kind of mentioned it in prior videos, but as you go on your wealth building journey, when you're the underdog, when you are kind of a nobody, when you don't have more than most people, everyone's rooting for you, right? Like people like to see an underdog triumph something and build wealth. But the reality is, once you've built the wealth, the same people that have supported you, that were cheering for you, are now the ones trying to shit on you, for lack of a better word. Because now that they see that you're more successful than they are, they're gonna start to get defensive. It's gonna hurt their ego. It's gonna make them feel a little bit bad, and they're gonna start attacking you in a way to make themselves feel better, right? So this is kind of the reality of the wealth building journey, where in the beginning, let's say you want to buy your first property, you own zero real estate, you're just renting, and everyone's so supportive of you, right? Like, go Steven, you can do it, you can save up for your money, you're smart enough, you got this. And from the moment I buy my property, they're like, wow, congratulations, you did what you did. And then when you bought the second property, tones start to change, like, oh, well, you bought one property already, I was rooting for you, now you bought a second property. And then it's a little bit more quiet this time, right? And then when you buy your third property, it's even more quiet from, close friends, close family. And it's nothing like against you personally, it just starts to make them feel better, because people are social creatures. They will compare themselves against you. Like if you went to the same high school, the same college, the same pharmacy school, and you came from the same place, and all of a sudden, fast forward 10 years, they see you're so much further ahead of them, they start to don't feel that great, and that people will get competitive. And it does hurt, doesn't it? Like imagine you were from the same place as somebody, and over the next 10 years, that person grinded, improved a lot, challenged themselves, and built up 52 units, a $6 million net worth, and they are still just struggling to pay off their student loans because maybe they just were spending the money and were able to maintain a savings rate and then take that savings to invest. And that's the only difference that I did, was I was disciplined in terms of my spending, increased my savings rate, and then invest that money. That's all I really did. That over 10 years, which is extraordinary if you zoom out that way. But the day-to-day action was very ordinary, nothing special at all. So, and when people start to see that, they start to, get jealous. They start to get angry at you. And it's not at you, it's just making them reflect and make them feel bad. So to protect themselves and their egos, they're gonna attack you. So everyone that goes on a success journey sees that a lot, because it's just human nature. It's a human reaction. So why I'm sharing this is because as you go on your wealth building journey, you're going to see people who are going to be on your sideline and support you. But the moment you start getting more success, specifically more successful than they are, they're not going to support you anymore. They're not going to cheer for you anymore. They're probably going to talk behind your back about, oh, he's too good for us now. You think you're better than us poor people. You'll start to get kind of those like side-handed comments, right? And even like family members, if you go to like your Thanksgiving, your Christmas, they might be like, oh, look at this rich guy over here. He's too big for us now. He's too rich for us now. And there's just like a different expectation and kind of animosity and, these passive aggressive remarks. So it's interesting to see that the same people who are supporting you back when you had nothing are now changed their tune the moment you've done better than them. So this is kind of the reality of it. Unfortunately, as you go down the wealth building journey, as you start to strive towards the 1%, there's a reason why it's called the 1%, because 99% of the people will hate you on your way there. They're going to hate you on the way there. People who are close friends, close family, they're going to resent you. They're going to make these backhanded comments at you. And in your mind, you're like, well, I put in so much work and effort to get here. Why are people doing this? It's because it's just making them feel bad about themselves. So that's why it's very key that, unfortunately, as you go on your wealth building journey, you might have to get new friends. I mean, I hate to say it, but you may have to get new friends. Hopefully your friends are supportive. Hopefully your friends are cheering you on. But if they stop, then you have to potentially reevaluate, who you're spending your time with. This is why, mentorship programs are big. Communities are big, because you want to surround yourself with people doing what you're doing so you can celebrate together. If there's a win, you can celebrate together. If you buy a property, like for me, if I buy a 26 unit apartment complex, I can't really share it with many people, because most people would be like, oh, screw you, I'm struggling just to buy my first house. Or if I tell them I buy an apartment complex, like, oh, screw you, I'm just trying to pay off my student loans and I'm living at home. And you over here are buying apartments. It doesn't make people feel good. So because of that, you can't really share. And I learned this the hard way. I used to go to work and be transparent with my real estate. And, people would give you side looks and eyes and judge you like, oh, you're too rich to be working. Why are you rich? Why are you working? You don't need the money. You're just here for fun. You're just not taking your job seriously and trying to collect money. But what people don't realize is that the fact that those who are able to build a large real estate portfolio, to build a large net worth while working, there's a reason why. It's a lot of behind the scenes effort, behind the scenes sacrifice, behind the scenes delayed gratification. And they just don't see that, right? It's just like the tip of the iceberg. You only see the tip. You don't see everything that went underneath it. So that's why it's very key that you have to surround yourself with people who are doing what you want to do. Or if you're lucky and you have friends who are more spiritual, which I have some too, and they're just more focused on you being a good person, being truly happy for you, even if it's, making them feel bad about themselves. Like, can they truly, truly be happy for you and not be jealous? And it's hard because people are very jealous. People are very competitive. And it's hard to really, congratulate somebody especially when they're doing better than you. So, that's kind of the reality. That's like I said, once again, that's why it's called the 1%, because 99% of the people cannot relate to you. 99% of the people will probably start to hate you. 99% of the people do not understand what you're going through. 99% of the people cannot relate to your journey. And you just have to be okay with that. That's why I say building wealth, entrepreneurship, buying a lot of real estate, it's a lonely journey. Which is why, once again, people join masterminds, mentorships, communities, so they can surround themselves with people doing the same thing and who will actually support what you're doing. And that's what kind of inspired me to create this YouTube channel, is because I couldn't share this stuff with people around me because it rubbed them the wrong way. So I need an outlet to get this stuff out, which inspired me to create my YouTube channel. It inspired me to create my mentorship program so that I could normalize buying apartment complexes. And when my students buy apartment complexes, we celebrate because I know they have no one else to share it with because it's so unrelatable. Like, once again, buying apartments at 30 years old or 31 years old, not very relatable. Having a $6 million net worth by 34, it's not very relatable. Owning 52 units today while still working W-2, it's not relatable. So that's what happens when you strive to become an outlier. That's what happens when you strive to become the 1%, is 99% of the people will not understand you. So you have to surround yourself with other 1%ers. This is why the origin of like country clubs, to be honest, is this reason. You want to surround yourself with people who actually support you. They're actually happy for you. Like for me, if someone kills it and buys a 50-unit apartment complex, I'm not going to be jealous if you own more units than me. I'm actually happy for you because I know that you worked hard, you saved your money, you bought a deal right, you funded it correctly. So I'm happy. I'm not going to be jealous. Like, it's not going to affect me. Like, your success isn't going to take away from me, or my success isn't going to take away from you, but not everyone will have that viewpoint. So that's why it's very important when you go down this lonely road, you have to surround yourself with people on the same journey, or listen to people on like YouTube podcasts that have been through the journey, so you can know that, hey, you're not alone. And when you're in that lonely path and people start shitting on you and talking bad things about you, that's when you know you're starting to become successful. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but that's when people start making those slighted, backhanded comments at you, that's when you know you're doing better. That's when you know you've improved. And when people start saying, I don't even recognize you anymore, that's when you know you grew so much that you don't even recognize yourself. Like for me compared to 4 years ago, I don't even recognize myself at all. I'm a completely different person than what I was 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, I just relocated to Southern California and I owned 3 single family homes. Still a lot, but fast forward 4 years, owned 52 units, owned a mobile home park at one point, tried a bunch of businesses, learned a lot, gained a lot of clarity. I'm a completely different person now. So, and in another 4 years, I'm gonna be a different person as well. Maybe I'm being more optimized towards lifestyle and reducing stress and focusing on my health. So, I just wanted to create this rant, this video to share that it's gonna be lonely when you strive for financial freedom. It's gonna be lonely when you strive for being that 1%. It's gonna be lonely when you're gonna buy a lot of real estate. It's gonna be lonely when you're striving to improve yourself because most people are okay being the same. I mean, we all seen that person from high school where fast forward 10, 15 years later, they're still the same exact person, haven't improved at all. Versus other people, they've grown a lot. They've grown exponentially to the point where they're unrecognizable. So just want to get this out there for those who are striving to be that 1%, to know that this is what to expect and be okay with it. Be okay with it. So anyways, if you're looking to buy multifamily real estate with some guidance and some support, check out the mentorship program. Otherwise, let me know what questions you have. Love to answer your questions. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.